Hey, pick 'em pop, big gun Brian Petrie, giving out the lot. One is mortal, you know it won't miss. Going and take a shot, dog lock, that's the underdog. Yeah, they in the hunt, send them home, that's KO or submission. Yeah, somebody done, slime ball, yeah, that's the parlay. We gon' make it known. Pick 'em pod from MMA takes, yeah, let's get it going.
Yeah. Woo, popping in on a live on a Thursday motherfucking night solo. I don't have my boys with me. This is UFC Louisville. Hopefully you guys don't get too tired of me. Went live last night with the boys, with Johnny in it, Kenny Florian. Great show. Johnny was drinking. I was loaded up on some caffeine. Great show. And I just was like, you know what? I don't have time to edit a whole show. Let's go live. Let's see what the chat thinks. This is a really sneaky good card. And, I leave for vacation on Saturday. So that's why I don't really have time to edit and stuff like that. It's been a busy fucking week. My timing has been off so bad this week. Yesterday was a nightmare. Today, I ordered DoorDash, right? A little pot roast sandwich, right? Little salad, right? Yeah, your boy eats salad, believe it or not. And I timed it horribly. It's literally going to be sitting at my door in the next 5 minutes. So my wife's not home. My kids aren't home. We're going to keep this about a tight 30. A tight 30 because I've been eating all day. I've been sweating like a whore in church all day. 4 hours of sleep because with the boys last night. But I got to get everything ready for vacation. So we're going to dive right in. Chat, what's up, baby? Love you. Trent's here. Brandon Layers here. Trent Millsap's here. Nothing better than a live show. BP, let's have a weekend. Let's go, baby. So we eat this pot roast sandwich together. I would love to share that with you, brother, but it's going to be about 2 bites gone. Your boy, the fat comments don't get to me. I'm just trying to, I'm going to the beach, this Saturday, and I can't do much of what I've already done to my body, but I'm this whole 2 weeks getting a little tighter. So when I strut the beach, you know what I mean? Your boy strut the beach. All right, let's get to these fucking fights, huh? That's what you're here for. That's what I'm here for. Lines I got yesterday, they might have moved, but we got first fight of the night, Ravana. Ravana? I don't know. I've seen it like 2 different ways. Let's go Rayan. That's better. Dos Santos, minus 298 versus Pulja Tomar, plus 240. I love, if I'm saying her name right, Pulja Tomar. This is the first Indian female to fight in UFC. I think that's awesome. I really, truly do. I'm not saying that because, to get some like goodie points with the ladies out there. I think this is really dope that a female from that part of the world is now crossing over into like mainstream MMA. There's not a ton of fighters from that part of the world, a female that I'm aware of. And if they are, let's get them into the UFC as quickly as possible. Of course, Trindadi's with the lines up there. As far as her record goes, she's a little undersized for this division, right? And she's a scrapper. She likes to throw down 5'1", short reach. She'll get after you. But Dos Santos has got twice her record, right? With her record, and Dos Santos will take your fucking arm, bro. And 3 or 4 of Tomar's, all 4 of her losses are by finish, but 3 or 4 by submission. Right, as much as I want to root for Tomar here, she's breaking barriers, making history. This is going to be a trivia question in maybe 5-10 years. Who was the first Indian female fighter fighting in the UFC? It's Pulja Tomar, plus 270. Can you get there? I can't get there. I'm going to go with Rayana Amanda Dos Santos. These Brazilians, they just add names, right? They just add fucking, every time they fight, they go, let me just add another fucking name to my name. Minus 340, so she's came up quite a bit. I do like her. I like her by sub as well. Let's pull up DraftKings, huh? This is a gambling show. I know a tight 30. Pot roast sandwich will probably be eaten by the Snakes family that I decapitated the other day. They deserve that. They can have the meal. No prop for this fight as of yet, but I like Dos Santos by I like her by submission in this fight or some kind of finish. What's up, BP? What's up, 96RS? Big supporter of the show. Love him. Ramondo Martin, let's go, bub. Let's go. Indians getting combat sports issues for the sport. 100% trend. I mean, what a country, a million different people. I know we got a couple Indian male fighters in the UFC, But just opening that door, opening Africa, getting more of the people all over the world a chance to fight in the greatest sport in the fucking world. Let's fucking go. But I like Dos Santos. I like her by submission. No prop available yet. And I mentioned this on the Anakin Florian. I just mentioned it now. I truly got so many DMs about killing that snake and in comments and stuff. And it always starts with this. Listen, I've been handling snakes my whole life. That snake would have done nothing to you. You should have let him go. You've been handling snakes your whole life. I haven't. Okay. This is the second time I've ever came across a snake. Coincidentally enough, this is the second snake I killed. One, we had about 3 years ago, we had an electrician fixing the dishwasher, and he about jumped out of his skin because there was a snake in the front yard, took a shovel to his head. This just happened to happen. My kids were scared. My wife was scared. I'm from the suburbs, bro. Okay. I see squirrels and bunnies. I don't see snakes. I freaked out, but I got so many messages where guys are like, I handle them all the time. They're fine. Did I overreact? Maybe. All right. I'm not out there looking to kill fucking snakes, even though I hate them. But it's like, what's next? If I kill a fly in my house, I'm going to get some shit. Listen, I had to do it. Stop with the DM. Stop with me saying, I already apologized last night. I'm not going to do it again. But for the record, fuck snakes, right? Next up, we got Cody Stayman plus 220 versus Taylor Lapis. I can never pronounce this guy's fucking name. Minus 270. My dog's barking. That only means one thing. 47-1 against humans, 2-0 against the snakes. Go. Yeah, another people very upset I made that fighting video. It was a little cringe on my side. Here's what happens, right? And again, I'm trying to keep it a tight 30, but the chat, you're beautiful, you're loving, you're putting it up. I have a filter system. I think of ideas. Sorry if you hear my dog barking. I think of ideas, and then usually I don't get to do them right away because I'm at work. And by the time I get home, I got to be a dad, a husband, there's stuff around the house. And by the time I can't execute the idea, it had filtered through my brain. And I go, that's not a good idea. So I got all keyed up, all alphaed up, talking about the pizza shop fight. And on Sunday, my wife's birthday, I took a shower. And in the shower, I'm like, instead of responding, because I didn't have a voice for the weekend, it's like, I'll make a video about it. And just kind of talk about like some things. That's cool, right? I'm getting all keyed up. I get to talk about myself. And then I shower and go right out. And there's no filter process. I go right to record it. Took me like 2 minutes to edit. And then boom, bam, bing, we're here. A lot of people didn't like that. Some people thought it maybe was a little cringe. It ain't coming down, right? I make mistakes. I'm a human being. I live with it. I live with the cringe. It only got like 100 views anyway, so I don't think it's that big of a deal. But yeah, so let's go to this fight. Cody Stayman plus 220 versus Taylor Lapis minus 270. I've been burned by Cody Stayman so many fucking times because I think this guy's just going to go out and wrestle people. He's going to go out there. He's going to wrestle. Good wrestler, but he's fallen in love with his hands. You know, his last time out against Douglas Silva and Andrade didn't land one takedown. Last time out against Luan Lesotho didn't land a takedown. Against Eddie Wineland didn't need to land a takedown, but didn't land a takedown. You know what I mean? The guy's not taking people down. He's getting happy with his hands, getting a little hand happy for me. And man, I can't fucking back a guy. Even though Cody Stayman a year ago on this channel at plus 220, my dick would be hitting the table. I'll be getting so goddamn excited because I think he could win any fight. Taylor Lapis, though, shut down Kalen Longland, who is kind of built like Cody Stayman. I know he's a newcomer, doesn't have the wrestling pedigree, but shut him down the last time out. Taylor's takedown defense is pretty good. His striking's good. He doesn't throw a ton of volume, but he kind of shuts you down with that slow pace. I think he's a better striker than Cody Stayman, who's got just the ittiest bitty T-Rex arms. I don't think he's going to find Taylor. I like Taylor at minus 270. Not running to the window. This fight's going to go to decision, play decision. DraftKings, do you got the decision for me, bud? Over 2.5 is minus 395. So decision's probably not going to be great. Yeah. Go over 1.5, minus 395. I know that is steep. I know that's 4-1 chalk. But we got winners here, babe. Overs guaranteed. These guys aren't finishing anybody unless they're north of 40. So yeah, we're hammering that over, even though it is a high price. All right, next up, Eduarda Morea minus 166 versus Denise Gomes. I believe it's Gomes. I'm gonna say Gomes plus 140. And Brandon says that Brandon says, I thought the video was funny. Fuck the haters. Yeah, fuck the haters. I like this fight, right? Because Gomes And Trent again with the line. So Morea has gone up. I've already placed a bet on Morea. My pick is Morea. She's in the slime ball parlay. By the way, the green hammer and the slime ball parlay are juiced. Juiced to the tits, babe, okay? Vacation Brian's not pulling punches. Vacation Brian is throwing out some big shots. And we're going to fucking win them. And I'm going to buy a cool fucking hat on the beach. That's what I'm going to do. Morea, I think, is an incredibly talented fighter. I think she's solid everywhere. Kind of solid on the eyes as well, if you ask me. But, you know, she debuted in the UFC against, or Contender Series, got a rear naked choke, was fantastic, took her out in round 1. All her wins are by finish. Or, no, excuse me, she has one split decision win. Decent competition as well. She went through a pretty good organization. And then she got Montesat, Ruiz, another neck tack, grounded her out in round 2, dominated the entire fucking fight as well. Now she's getting Denise Gomes with the short hair, with the more tats. And Gomes has some power, could clip her. Don't see it happen. I think Moore is a stone cold lock. Not my lock, but a stone cold lock and a stone cold fox. I'm taking Moore big here. I got her at minus 166 for the parlay, so the parlay number might be a little different for you. It's still juice. We'll give it at the end of the show. But Edward Moore at minus 192, I think you could play her up to minus 330 and be confident. I think she's going to get a finish here, whether by submission or knockout. I think she's going to cruise and dominate. I think she's got a bright future, and I like her in this spot. Pick 'em fight. Pick 'em on paper, baby. BP, what's up, big dog? Jerry Winchester, what's up? Appreciate the love, but brother. All right, next up, John Castaneda, minus 102 versus Daniel Marcos, minus 118. Again, Trent will give us the updated lines because he's a fucking savage, and I got to send him some stuff for helping him out on the lives. Dead even fight. This has been a pick 'em. This has been bouncing around pick 'em all week. John Castaneda is a guy I actually like. 21-6, a lot of experience. He's finally kind of settling in to the UFC. He got clipped by Dos Santos 3 fights ago. Since then, he's beaten some good guys. His takedown offense is coming a long way. The dude is just scrappy. Like, you're not taking him out. Like, he debuted against Nathaniel Wood, gave Nathaniel Wood all kinds of problems, submitted Miles John, showed a ground game. He's got good stand-up. He's tough. He's hard to finish. I know Daniel Santos got him with a knee. And then you got Daniel Marcos, who, undefeated fighter, by the way, barely got by Davey Grant in that split. Still don't know if he really won that fight. And then, should I even say the guy's name? He had a no contest with Oli Chilong, the Mongolian murderer. That son of a bitch. You don't want to get on that guy's bad side. No contest, illegal groin strike. But I love the we got some chat. Emma Takes Podcast, personal opinion, you should turn your mic 15%. Okay. There you go. I'm always getting told to turn my mic down on the Anik and Florian shows. I'm a little too hot, but hopefully that's a little bit juicier for you there. Dom I don't know how to say your name. If that's Dom, I appreciate it. Thank you, Dom. Justin Choose, True E&M. Did you see Jamal Hill say he got 20 grand for one of the pull up in the gym because he's feelings bad? Yeah. I'm going to answer that question. That's something I want to talk about. I like Castaneda at the pick'em spot here. And it is, the current line is Daniel Marcos minus 120, Castaneda plus 100. We're going another dog here.
Hello? Okay, this is dog.
Add it to the fucking board. That's a baby dog. That's a little puppy dog, but we got him. I think Castaneda, man, I think he's rough. I think he's tough. I think he can really extend this fight and show what Marcos has. Marcos is very technical. I want to see him in the clinch. I want to see him get roughed up. I want to see him get pushed here. And Castaneda is the guy to do it. Good cardio, good chin. Overall, good game. Has a little bit of a ground game. Can keep the fight standing and is scrappy on the feet. So, yeah, give me the dog. Give me Castaneda. They're barking tonight, babe. So, hopefully the mic volume is good for everybody. I juiced her up a little bit. MMA TT, who day, Petrie? Who the fuck day, baby? Right over my shoulder. Oh, this way. Right over my shoulder. Always. They're my boys. And then to answer Justin's question, I did see Jamal Hill. I like Jamal Hill. I do. I think he's a funny dude. His little skits and stuff. But man, he's taking this loss pretty bad. He's taking this really bad. He Instagrammed like I was respectful, but then he called Glover a bum, which you're not being respectful. And then it's like, bro, like you were amped up and he was excited to go. That's what he said in his post. But it's like you're holding up the stone chain and shit. Like people would take that as disrespect, especially Brazilian dudes. You can't get away with a lot with Brazilian dudes. They'll slap the shit out of you, right? And Alex Pereira doesn't seem like he's up with any of that bullshit. And then he's blaming Herb Dean and stuff. And then people are roasting him. So of course he's like, hey, put 20 grand up or whatever, come spar me. There's going to be someone that's going to take him on that offer. I guarantee it. The guy will show up, maybe not with 20 grand, maybe be the friendly, but hey, like, let me get in there. Like Charlie Zelenoff. Do you guys remember who that fucking weirdo is? If Charlie Zelenoff is anywhere near Jamal Hill, he's taking that. He's getting the shit kicked out of him, but he's taking that offer for sure. Chuck Buff, we're going to get to Chuck Buff, babe. He needs to focus on Carlos or he's going to have a rough night. 100%. Carlos Ulberg is a fucking G. That dude is really good. And if he's not taking Carlos Ulberg seriously, then you better fucking back up the truck on Carlos Ulberg because that number's going to be juicy on him. All right, next up, Andrea Lee, minus 155 versus Montana De La Rosa. What a name, Montana De La Rosa. She is dog money, plus 130. Tough fight to pick. Tough fight to pick if I'm being honest with you, because both these females are just like they're right there. They're right there, and they've had chances to get over the hump, and then they get brought back down. They have chances to get in, and they get brought back down. More so, I'd say Andrea Lee than Montana De La Rosa. Montana De La Rosa does have some good wrestling. She hasn't really been able to use it. I think she falls short. She falls short a little bit in UFC competition. She has okay wins. She is talented. She's training. She's growing. But Andrea Lee, her biggest issue earlier in her career was getting taken down and getting held down. She's really mixing that up well now. She's landing her own takedowns. She's getting up. Montana De La Rosa isn't really focusing too much on her grappling. At least in her last couple fights, maybe she'll ramp it up for this fight. If you're looking at a dog, Montana De La Rosa at plus 136, you could be getting a decent little number. I'm going to go Andrea Lee, though. The numbers come up on both these women slightly. I like Andrea Lee to win a decision. It's going to be your typical Andrea Lee fight. Loud, with a lot of kicks and a lot of punches, transitions on the ground that you don't know how the fuck you're going to score this fight. But I like Andrea Lee in this spot. And I just don't know if Montana De La Rosa at this point is UFC quality. I don't know if either of these women are, but it'd be nice. I think one of these will lose. They don't really cut a ton of females because they need depth in the division. They need fighters, but one of these might get cut. And it might be good for them to go back and maybe rebound and get some wins elsewhere and then come back and be a little more confident. That's my play, though. Andrea Lee, not going to bet it. Maybe bet it by decision, which is probably going to be juice to the tits like we've been saying all night. So over 2.5 is minus 410. Yeah. Andrea Lee to win by decision is plus 120. I'll take that. Add that to my card. Yeah. Add that to my card. Angela Lee by decision, plus 120. Yeah, fuck yeah. All right, next up, Katona, minus 625 versus Jesse Butler, plus 455. Butler hardly know her. Does any of your dads do that joke? It doesn't matter. Poker hardly know her. Butler hardly know her. I mean, it's every fucking day with me. Katona really let me down. He was the anchor of a parlay. I was very confident, and Garrett Armfield just put it on him. Garrett Armfield said, "You ain't taking me down. I'm gonna fuck you up on the feet." And back to Garrett Armfield. I doubted him. That's 100% on me. But Katona now coming in against Jesse Butler, who probably isn't UFC quality, if we're being honest with you. He took a fight on short notice, and he's getting this opportunity here. Excuse me, doing that on the microphone. But Katona is... I'm going to play Katona. I'm not going to spend too long in this fight. I think Jesse Butler isn't that great. But Katona, minus 675, is rough. He's not a parlay piece. I'm not betting this fight. He can maybe get a submission or knockout. He's really trying to be more exciting this time around. Like his fight with Garrett Armfield was exciting. His first run in UFC was a little boring. So maybe he's really trying to go for it now, which is cool. But at some point, you really do got to win some fights. And this is a very winnable fight. He loses this fight, UFC might just cut him flat out. Like, dude, you're kind of boring. No one liked you in The Ultimate Fighter. You have a Canadian-Irish accent that no one fucking likes, right? Like, you're gone. But I do think he's going to steamroll here. I think he can win, but either way, I actually want. You know what? I'm going to retract my. I'm going to go by knockout because, he's just been doing hands mostly, right? He's been trying takedowns, but he's landing shots on his hands, and even though he's not a potent finisher on the hands yet with his hands, Katona by knockout plus 400, Katona by submission plus 400, Katona by decision minus 150. So Vegas thinks this is going to decision, obviously. Pick your poison. I'm going to go KO. Katona, KO Jesse Butler. Yep. All right, next up. Woo! Chuck Buffalo. Charlie Racky, baby. Charles Racky. Plus 190 versus Carlos Pratas. Minus 230. I love this fight. I almost brought this fight up on the Anakin Florian last night. I almost asked Johnny, can I pick an undercard? Can I add a prelim fight we didn't touch to my bet slip or whatever? I didn't do it. But man, Charlie Racky, listen, this guy, he's not for everybody. I know he gets on the mic. He drops some hard F words, the other F words that people might not like and everything. But the dude's a grinder, right? You know, Mike Matheny took on like really short notice, took some shots, but looked good, grappled him up, took him down. And then against Gilbert Urbina, knocked him out. Big, powerful left hook in the first round. His only 2 starts in UFC. Outside of that, he's fought some good competition. Justin Montalvo got him by knockout. That's a Ray Longo guy back in 2021. And then other that, he has got Austin Hubbard decision loss and Chris Gonzalez decision loss. So he's only lost to guys who've made it to the bigger promotions, whether it be UFC, Bellator, PFL, whatever. And he's an interesting cat. But Carlos Pratas, this motherfucker is dangerous, dude, right? 6'1", but fights much longer than 6'1". Hold on. Whoa. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 straight finishes is what this guy has. 2 in the UFC by left hook. Here go boosh. Mitch Ramirez and Trevin Giles. Listen, Pratas is great. I think he can win this fight. I think he's a stud, right? He is. He's a very talented dude. But when you throw Chuck Buffalo at plus 195 and Chucky is a grinder, he'll take you down. He'll eat your fucking lunch. He'll tell you that he's got to fuck your wife when he's on top of you just to piss you off. Chuck Buffalo's cut from a different cloth. If he does not get put out, which he does have a pretty good chin, he can make this interesting on Pratas. I think Pratas is a very talented fighter. This is a tough matchup. I see someone in the chat likes Pratas. I like Buffalo here, and you know what? I was going to send this for one other underdog that I'm very confident in, but,
Hello? Okay, this is Dog.
Chuck Buffalo gets it done. I don't know how, but he gets it done, baby. And hopefully he's a little more tame on the microphone, even though those Kentuckians, those Louisvillians, they'll love whatever promo he cuts. But give me Chuck Buffalo. I'm excited. That's a fight that's highlighted it for sure. All right, next up, we got Thiago Moises, plus 105 versus Ludovic Klein, minus 125. If you watched the live last night, the fights from here on out is what we picked on the Anakin Florian. So I'm going to try to say something new and not repeat myself. But if I repeat myself and you're like, this guy said that last night, I'm sorry, okay? I'm only one man with one thought and a tiny brain. Thiago Moises, Ludovic Klein. Ludovic Klein's become kind of a grappler lately, huh? And Thiago's is going up. He's plus 110 now. Ludovic Klein can be had at minus 130. Ludovic came in, head kicked the shit out of Shane Young. Fucking head off his shoulders. Kaboom! And looked good. Has a good striking. Has a good record. Has some good performance in UFC. But also, he's been drowned a few times in UFC when he gets against some of those big dogs. Some of those guys that might be a little bit better. Some of those guys might be the name of Nate the Train, baby. Since the Nate the Train fight, though, Devontae Smith, Mason Jones had a weird draw with Jai Herbert. He beat my boy Ignacio Mendez, and then AJ Cunningham, which was kind of a short nurse replacement. AJ probably doesn't need to be anywhere near the UFC. Moises has been in there with a lot of people. Has he beaten a lot of people? No, but he's been in there with a lot of people. And his ground game is really good, especially when he's dictating the jiu-jitsu. When he's dictating, he's not on his back, getting elbow, getting fucking, he's good. Ludovic Klein, though, has a path to victory here, and that's keep the fight standing, right? Thiago Moises is good on his feet. He's scrappy. He's tough. But he doesn't have the firepower that Ludovic Klein has. Ludovic, though, likes to mix up the martial arts. That's why it's MMA, babe. And I think if he mixes it up a little too much and doesn't go to his bread and butter here, I think Moises can catch him in transition. I think Moises is the better grappler. I think he might even be slightly the better wrestler than Ludovic Klein. Ludovic Klein is a beefier guy. He takes guys down with a lot of strength, not a lot of technique from my eyes. I like Moises as another underdog play. Thiago Moises, I'm gonna play money on him as well. Not a dog lock. I don't know how it's gonna get done. I mean, Nate the Train submitted Ludovic Klein late. You could play Thiago Moises late by submission. That's something that might be interesting. Or you can just play him by decision. I think DraftKings will probably be on this fight going into this decision. Ludovic isn't the most potent finish in the world. So Thiago Moises by submission is plus 350. Add it to my fucking card. I'll probably even pick Thiago Moises to win by submission round 3 plus 1800. Yeah. I think if he submits him, we'll submit him late. If Ludovic Klein slows down, round 2 is 1100. You might want to sprinkle a little bit, spritz a little bit on those because we're trying to make money, babe. Give me Thiago Moises. Give me by submission all the plus money. I'm dancing with it all. I don't give a fuck. I'm dancing with all the plus money. All right, next up, we got Miguel Bayaza, minus 192 versus Punale Soriano, plus 160. So last night, spoiler alert if you haven't seen it, sorry, Kenny was all over Bayaza. Put a nice little bet on him. And I like Bayaza too. And Bayaza's come down. He's now minus 185. Last night he was minus 192. I like Bayaza too. I think the guy has skills. He's taking a year off, rest the brain, rest the chin, rest the body, because he's doing really good work in these fights, and then he gets clipped. Great leg kicks, long for the division, decent boxing. It's just he loses focus in there, and he gets clipped. Soriano coming down to 170, though. Hell of a weight cut for how thick he is, right? Still has that power. He does have one-touch power, but the setups, the reach disadvantage for him in trying to catch Bayaza probably is going to be a lot harder at this weight. 170 might be a good move for him, but he's going to be slower. And Bayaza does have good footwork. It's just for 3 rounds, we need this guy to stay focused, dialed in, and I think he wins. I think this is a really easy win for him if he can do that. I like Miguel Bayaza. I don't love him as much as Kenny, but God damn it, Kenny Florian's beat me by $1,000 so far this year. That guy has 15 jobs, right? He works, does a million things. He drops the PFL, right? Decides not to resign with the PFL and focuses all his time on the that time for the PFL on the research. Enoch and Florian, he's kicking my ass. I mean, that's a fucking mind for you, right? He likes Bayaza. I like Bayaza. I'm gonna ride the hot-handed Kenny Florian. I picked Bayaza as well. I wasn't as confident because of the chin, because of the durability issues. But yeah, I like Miguel Bayaza in this spot here. I have written down here, I do this early in the week before I see the lines. I've written down decision/TKO. I think Bayaza could chip away at him with the legs, with the long range. I'd be interested to see what Miguel Bayaza. We're playing big numbers this weekend, boy. Okay, Miguel Bayaza by KO is plus 180, so it's not the biggest number. We've seen bigger numbers, right? That's what she said. But give me Miguel Bayaza. All right, next up, we got Julian Marquez, minus 142 versus Zachary Reese, plus 120. So Zachary Reese debuted against Cody Brundage, tall, lanky guy coming off the do that all the time. Coming off the Contender Series, undefeated, all 6 wins by finishes. He accepted the position against Cody, was trying to wrap up a triangle, hooked the leg, or maybe didn't hook the leg, can't remember fully, and got dumped on his fucking head, KO'd, right? I like this kid. I like him a lot. I got the googly eyes for him. He's good on the feet. He's big for the division. He's not afraid to go off his back. There's a lot of question marks. He's only 6-1, right? But I wonder if he gets taken down and he's working his arm bars, his triangles, he's doing everything. If he doesn't start getting them, is he still going to play the guard game, or does he start working to his feet? That's what I want to see. Because on the feet, he's very dangerous. Long kicks, long range punches. And Julian Marquez just fell off a fucking cliff. This dude had back-to-back wins, shouted out Miley Cyrus for God knows what reason, fumbled that bad, and then hasn't won a fight since, and has been finished every time he goes out there the past 2 times. And he's been in the UFC for 7 years, only fought 6 times. Very inconsistent. I don't know how much he loves this game or if there's a ton of injuries backing up. I just see him dealing with Zach Reese's reach terribly. I don't think he's going to find a way inside. I think his way to find his way inside is maybe shoot for a takedown, get a takedown. Then you might be in Zach Reese's world. Marquez, smart guy in Vegas, probably working on all those things, but I'm high on Zach Reese here. Now, I'm so high on Zach Reese that you don't see this often, even though Christian claims that every time he gives out his grease ball once every 5 years, there's a dog in it, which I don't believe him. But I'm putting a dog in the slime ball parlay. And let's hear Johnny Anik tell me.
Send him home early.
Send him home early. This could be a finish. This is going to be a finish without fucking doubt in my mind. No way this is going to steal cards. Let's chase that number for my guys. Reese win by KO. Oh, plus 275. Win by submission, plus 350. Surprised by the submission by plus 350 because Marquez has been submitted before. I like both those. Pick a poison, maybe double chance it. Not going to get as good of a number, but I like Reese. High on him. High ceiling for the tall guy. The tall drink of water's got a high ceiling. All right, next up, we got Bruno Ferreira, excuse me. Sorry, John. Minus 265 versus Dustin Stl Foods, plus 220. So, I picked Stl Foods. I'm rocking with Stl Foods. I've never picked Dustin Stl Foods before. That last name, I don't like saying it. This guy's American, lives in Germany, reps Germany, but he's from I don't know his story, right? Cool. But Bruno Ferreira is a one-round fighter, right? Bruno Ferreira, one-round fighter, knocks everyone out or gets knocked out, right? So if you want to play Bruno, round one, let me chase that number for you because listen, last night on the live, the comments were very nice to me. One guy, which is fine, you can disagree with me. One guy was like, hey, Stl Foods ain't the play, bro. So Bruno Ferreira to win by KO in round one is plus 175, KO in round two, minus 450. Plus 175 by Bruno Ferreira to win by KO is, and it's a plus money, stealing money. If I didn't like Stl Foods, I'm taking that, right? I'm not even hedge on that, but Dustin Stl Foods. This guy's awkward. He's strong, though, right? He gets a hold of you, he's strong. He's not the most technical guy in the world to stand up as dog shit. But when he gets you to the ground, he gets you to his world. He takes your back. You know what I mean? He grinds on top. He's a problem. He's heavy on top. He's strong. He's a sturdy motherfucker, right? That's going to be a problem. And I want to see Ferreira, if he doesn't get the knockout on round one, what does he look like in round two? Huh? What does he look like in round three, motherfuckers? Huh? Answer me that question. I know he does have some submissions on his record early in his career. He's probably a jiu-jitsu black belt. They hand those out like fucking in Happy Meals nowadays in Brazil. But where's his jiu-jitsu really at? Stl Foods, I know, has a good back game. Stl Foods, I know, is heavy on top. With that being said, I told you we're bringing out big numbers, and I'm bringing out big hammers, baby. I'm bringing out big hammers, right? Green hammer. I didn't give you one last week. Didn't like it. My fault. Was going to do a video, voice, whatever. But we're coming back at you. I'm making it up for you because I really do think this is a winner. And we need the big green hammer. Dustin Stl Foods, take a money line, plus 230. Great fucking play. Guess what? Take them by submission on DraftKings Sportsbook right now. Plus 600. 6-1 on the American Germ by submission over a one-round fighter. You can even play submission round two. You can play submission round three. I don't want to get too cute. But submission, 6-1, Dustin Stl Foods. That's the green hammer. Let's fucking go, baby. I got offered, this company kind of came to me and was like, hey, they didn't offer for free, but they're like, we know you like the color green. You know, you got the blah, blah, blah. We can dye your mic green. And I thought about it, but I thought that might have been too much. Hey, yo, Timbo's in the chat. Yo, Timbo checking in. Hammer time, baby. That boy fade. Yeah, your boy got the fade. Your boy got the beach fade. Your boy got the beach fade. Timbo. Oh, yeah, Trent in the chat with Timbo. Yeah, Johnny Anik, I was breaking it down last night, and Johnny was drinking some stuff. And I see in the corner of my eyes, I'm breaking down one of the fights. He's like smiling. And then when I get done, he's just like, never grow your hair out again. Keep your hair short. My wife likes it too. She faded me up. You know what I mean? Whatever, dude. Whatever. Thanks, Timbo. Make me blush, man. Make me blush. All right, next up, Roas Jr. Minus 230 versus Ricky Turcios, plus 190. Turcios thinks, Rojas bailed out the last time because of, he didn't want to fight him or whatever. He got sick, this and that. They rebooked it. So guess what? It's going to happen. Turcios got taken down 7 times by Kevin Natividad. Roas Jr. only knows how to shoot, only knows how to get you in your legs. He knocked out Terrence Mitchell, who has no chin, maybe one of the worst chins in UFC history. Terrence Mitchell, right? He knocked him out. Did he knock him out? He dropped him at least. I don't remember. Roas still 19, still got to mature. Looks to be pretty lean. He's got a giant head for 35. 19 years old, young kid. Turcios has a big motor, has a big battery, can go really heavy 3 rounds. Grappling's okay. He's a wild man in there, very unorthodox, but I think Roas Jr. positionally and wrestling and jiu-jitsu, I think he's better than Tercios. I almost added this to the slime as well. We almost went 4-leggers, but I can't trust a 19-year-old, right? I can't trust him. I never have, right? When I was 19, you couldn't trust me. I couldn't trust any of the chicks on a no 19, right? I don't trust 19-year-olds now. So I couldn't add him in the parlay. I couldn't add him in the parlay, but it is going to be Roas Jr. Probably by decision. I'd be surprised if he gets Tercios out of there. Tercios does have some good submission game, but I like Roas Jr. Questionable gas take on Rojas. That is right, Timbo. That's why Timbo needs to be on the show right now. Definitely questionable. Third round, Tercios won't be tired. Rojas Jr. might be. Get a little interesting. That's a live bet situation, babe. All right, co-main event, Dominic Reyes, the Devastator, plus 190 versus Dustin Jacobe, minus 230. I like Reyes. I personally don't think that he beat John Jones, even though that's the narrative that goes with Dominic Reyes. Dominic Reyes beat John Jones. Dominic Reyes beat John Jones. He hasn't won a fight since that, right? He didn't win that fight, but I mean, I guess he won in the public perception, but he didn't win in that fight. And he's had a lot of injuries. He had a blood clot in his leg. He went to Connecticut, trained with Pereira and Glover, which is a great camp. I believe he went to Philly with Joe Pyfer and those Philly dogs, whatever they're doing up in Philly. He's the least active 205, or at least one of them, coming off horrible, debilitating, life-threatening injuries, who's chinny as fuck, who needs a confidence boost, and they're giving him the most active former high-level kickboxer, Dustin Jacobe. Yes, Dustin Jacobe's lost 3 or 4, but did he really? He beat Khalil Roundtree, Azmat Mazakov, however the fuck you say that guy's name. It was a close fight. Maybe would have gave it to him. Lonzo Menafield, he landed more strikes than Lonzo, just got cracked by harder shots. I'm really curious to see how the fuck Dominic Reyes approaches this fight. Does he want to wrestle? Does he want to grapple? He's a high-level athlete. I can tell you this right now. He's been off for some odd years. He's dealing with blood clot issues, how to be on blood thinners, all that shit. I guarantee you this dude does not have cardio to wrestle 3 rounds. We saw him, a healthy him, try to wrestle Volkan Ozdemir for 3 rounds, almost lost the fucking fight, right? He doesn't have that in him. Dustin Jacobe's takedown offense is right in the middle, but his standout's very good. And he isn't, sorry, I read the chat, distracted me. His stand-up's really not a powerful punch in the world, but he can knock you the fuck out. I love Jacobe here. He's slimed up and
He's a mortal lock and I'm gonna wheel him.
Hit my mortal lock. How can I pass him up? He's minus 245. I've already bet him. I think he KOs Dominic Reyes as well. I think he gets Reyes out of there. And Trinidad's got the line right there. Dustin Jacobe to win by KO, TKO plus 110. I work with Dunstan's uncle. There you go, MMA TT. Tell Dustin Jacobe that or tell his uncle that your boy BP picked him. I like him big here. To me, it'd be a huge upset if Dominic Reyes comes out and wins, because I just think I think he might need some time away. I don't know if he's that high level guy anymore, and just things are stacking up in his life that's really hard to come back from. But give me Dustin Jacobe. Next up, main event. Final fight, Jared Cannonier plus 102. At least I hope he's still plus money versus Nasruddin Imavov minus 122. Love this main event. I think Louisville's got a decent little card here. My buddy at work's going with a few of his buddies. I'm not going, even though it's 2 hours away. Leaving for the beach at 4 a.m. on Saturday. It's about an 11-hour drive. And so, yeah, I just couldn't fit it in, couldn't do it. Could be sitting on the beach. I'll be watching. I'll be betting. North Carolina passed sports betting back in March. So yeah, that's fantastic. I love this fight because you got the old dog versus the new dog. Imavov wants shots, wants to be at the top. He's fighting anybody. Yeah, Jared Cannonier is still plus money, plus 102. He's willing to take on newcomers. He's fiery. Him and Chris don't like each other. He wants the Strickland fight back, right? Willing to fight anybody. He gets Cannonier here. Cannonier looked pretty good his last time against Marvin Easton. Threw 411 strikes, landed 247. I know Marvin Eastman. Marvin Eastman, what the fuck? Marvin Vettori. I know Marvin Vettori is a fucking punching bag, right? He is. But Imavov has a little more movement to him. Has kind of a weird karate kickboxing style with him. Very elusive. But every time he goes 5 rounds, the 2 times I've seen him, Strickland, I know Strickland keeps a high pace. He's slowed down. And the Delite fight was an incredibly slow-paced fight from the beginning against Roman Delite, who really isn't a cardio machine, 5-round killer himself. Cannonier can go 5 rounds. This dude's ripped up. He doesn't take many steps back. He's got good leg kicks. Everything's basic. It's slow. Timing great. His lead hand's great. His hands are this fucking big. He dents you up when he touches you. Imavov's going to have a good first or second round, I think. I think it'll be competitive. And I think Cannonier's just taking over the fight. I like Cannonier here by decision or late KO. I'm starting to walk back to late KO, even though that's kind of what I felt early in the week. Maybe I should go with my instincts, but I like Cannonier here. I like him big. It's a single wager for me, not a parlay piece. So that's it. That's the main event. All right, I got a pot roast sandwich and a salad waiting for your boy. So let me get out of here. How long do we go? 40 minutes. I gave you 40. Okay, that's better than I thought. So my locks, real quick before I get to slime ball. Locks, Mortal Lock, Dustin Jacobe. Send them home. Zachary Reese and Dog Lock, Chuck Buffalo, Charlie Racky. Green Hammer, Dustin Stl Foods by submission, any round, plus 600, 6-1. And the slime ball parlay, which has already been placed, which might be one of the highest slime balls we've done because Vacation Brian is giving you big numbers, baby. We got Dustin Jacobe. We got Zachary Reese. We got Adora, if I'm saying her name right, Adora Morea. I like saying it like that. Plus 405. 4-1 for the slime ball. We're coming for next. We're coming for checks, baby. Chat, you're amazing. I am bringing not all my stuff, but I'm bringing my stuff. I'm doing a show at the beach next week. You'll see me in the Anakin Florian. Nothing will change. Maybe not be super active on social media, but maybe I will, right? A couple days. I'm not a beach guy. I don't really love sand. I'm more of a pool guy. In about 3 days, I'll probably be pulling my hair out, so you might see me more on social media. Don't know. I don't vacation well. Taking time off for me and trying to relax is kind of hard. Anyway, you guys are the best. Chat's the best. Hit that fucking subscribe button. We're very close to 2,000 subscribers. You guys are unbelievable. I love every single one of you, especially all of you. But shout out Trin for always posting the odds and stuff like that. True killer supporter of everything and anything MMA, and especially me. Well, not especially me, but he supports me as well, which a hardcore fan like Trin supports me means more to me than any of these bozo haters out there who don't know anything about anything. Trin's a good dude. Can't wait to meet him. And he's from Ohio, which just adds to it. So you're the best. I'm done sucking Trin Wolf's dick. Let's go. Let's have a weekend, babe.